Good afternoon, everybody. How is things? It's Tuesday, 27th of September. Can you believe it? Already at the end of September. And I think way back in January, it seemed like, oh, it's 2 minutes ago that, isn't it? But goodness me, first day I think that I put a lightweight, put a jumper on. So yeah, I mean, having said that, after I hoovered the floor up downstairs for a little bit, I don't think I needed it, and I should have put a t-shirt on as well. But that doesn't matter. It's all good. So what we're going to be doing today then? Okay, tile 279. What do I have? I've got a bright pink or a hot pink tile straight from the Brights tile pack. I've got my regular pen, pencil, tortillon. Oh, I've got a few tortillons there, just checking. And of course, I've got my white chalky pencil. I've got some coloured pencils, some pastels actually. I've got a bit of everything lying around. So we'll sort of see where we head and how far we get, shall we? So, okay, are we ready? Goodness me, first one then. I'm going to turn over. And let's just sort of take it down a bit, just so you see what I'm doing there. Okay, do apologise as well for the state of my nails. We've been in the workshops and stuff, making and things, and prep for the weekend, so absolutely. Okay, I'm going to just come in then with a pencil for starters, because I actually want to put a bit of a frame in here. So your choice, you could, look at those colours together. You could use a tiny tile if you wanted to, but I'm going to put this all on one piece today. So here goes. A little bit of a, again, it doesn't matter if it's not a perfect square, we just want a shape. And there we go. Keep it light, because you're not going to see all of this either when you've done. So there we go, there's the first sort of part. And I want to do a little border around there. So, you know, being that this has come out a little bit, I think I'll use that. Let's put a little mark. So that's where it's going to sort of go. I'm sure I've got a rubber on hand somewhere. I still have. And I noticed Sam Gregory's watching today. So look, Sam. Yeah, still got it. I'll leave it on the desk, and then I know that I've got one if I need it. Sam was at the last class, and she very kindly loaned me her rubber. And it's not that I nicked it and I'll never give it back. She did say I could have it. Absolutely. Oh, do you know, Joe, I do. I love those two colours together are fab, aren't they? But yeah, I'm going to stick with the pink for now. All right. Are we ready then? Straight in with pen. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to focus in this corner here. Let's make a start. Okay. And I'm going to come in with some bubbles. Not too small, not too shabby, but I don't want them sort of right up here. I want them sort of in, start with it in this little square space here. We want a little bit of spacey here to do a few other things with. So there we go. First one in. All right. And let's do another, maybe here. We've actually just done a test this last couple of minutes, just to make sure that we can still do our Facebook Live whilst we've got a projector connected to the phone. And we can. So on Friday, we'll be in Kent, but we will still be doing our tile as normal. I think I've moved it to 1:30, I think. Have a look at the itinerary, because it's on there. So yeah, and I think as we can do a tile, I might be putting a few sneaky little workshops on there as well that you can follow along to, because I know not everybody can make it to Kent. I understand that. So let's see what we can do. We'll see if we can get a few running live, shall we? All right. Oh, sorry. So I'm back in. I'm sort of see diagonal opposite corners there. And hello, I'm going to see Yvonne there's not very well. I hope you get better soon, Yvonne. It's not pleasant. So I've heard. I've been very lucky to not have COVID. So, oh yeah, I feel for you. I see some. Yeah, thanks, Chris. 1:30. Will you be there Friday, Chris? Are you coming on Saturday? So we'll have to say hello to everybody. Okay, so I've got some bubbles there. All right, so it doesn't matter how many. I might add a few more, you know, it's all right, but they're not too small. Okay, in we go then. So I'm going to come in with It doesn't matter which one, we're going to do the same in all. I'm going to create, following the curve, I want a little bit of a shape in there, a little paisley shape. And if I start from here, I'm going to come back round and do another. And then back here and do another. See? And then from where we started, I'm going to come in and do another one. And then another one. And another one. We're sort of going round in triangles, aren't we? And then I've got just enough space to sneak one in there. Oh, hello, Bonnie. Did you hear we're going to take you to Kent as well? We're going to do a live tile from Kent at the weekend as well, Friday. That should be fun. Okay, I'm going to turn my tiles slightly because I don't want them all facing in exactly the same way. And in we go. Here we go. And then from here, around and along. Then around and along. You see, we're just going to keep that going. Creating this little shape, almost in a little triangular format. And I'm just going to fill in the gaps. You don't have to. You can use a different colour for that if you want to. Oh, Jules, excited. I know. I'm excited. I'm going to be seeing Caitlin again, and she's like 10 now. I actually met Caitlin a few years ago. Was she 5, Jules? Way back in Kent. It was my first Kent show. And yeah, I met her there. And we've been firm friends ever since. Alright, I'm going to turn around again. Oh, I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I hope you are too. And along, see, and keep this going. I'm going to get a little one in there and then fill in the gaps. Gosh, yes, 5. At the time she was our youngest tangler. I think now we do have Joe as well, Joe Forrester, although the last time he didn't send a tile swap in, so maybe he's a little bit busy with schoolwork, you know, being back to school and all that. There we go. And the next one. I'm going to come to this side and do the same here, so following that shape and around, and then back around, following the shape, and back around, following the shape, and then again, getting a little bit smaller, always trying to go back to the point, you see, and then filling in any little gaps. Okay, turning it around, and doing another, and another. It's a really nice little tangle to do, this one is. And you could add extra little lines in it and little bubbles and things. Oh, Chris, we could have a go, and if he's not up for doing that, there's going to be somewhere for him to sit and have a cup of coffee. He'll be fine. You can go and have a chat with John. There we go. It'd be nice for him to actually see, you know, what you do. And hello, has Tony just popped up? Hello. I've actually given Leslie your order this morning, so it's on her list. See, everybody should have owls, shouldn't they? Oh, Carol, don't you worry, we'll look after you. It'll be a really nice little weekend. Okay, we've got these lovely little shapes there. So, next one then, I've got a little bit more space this side, so I think actually I'm gonna start there. I'm going a little bit more. And here we go. So, I'm gonna come out and around, creating this little shape. We've done this many times. So I'm going to make it a little bit thinner as I go down, maybe. Doesn't matter. Something like that. As long as you've got something like that. And then the gap in the inner side here, I'm going to fill with some bubbles. Just going to make them a little bit smaller as I work my way down to nothing. Okay. And Chris, yeah, you can have a look around the workshop by all means when you come over. It's always open. We always let everybody go and have a look. I think it's nice that you can see where we make the books and the stencils and how we pack tiles and all sorts of things. Okay, I'm just going to do another one of these. So you see it's sort of coming in a straight line, you see, with that one. Oh, totally. I know Dobby's quite excited. He's not had a gin since Friday. Okay, little loops. I'm going to put a line in this one. And then I'm going to come back up that line. And back up, you see? So we've got this on one side, loops on the other. Nice that. I'm going to put another one, I think, down here. So let's turn it over. And again, it depends how you feel. I'm going to bring this one around this way. But have a look at your tile, and if you think it's going to suffice going the other way better, then that's absolutely fine. So again, let's put some of those bubbles along here. You see each one, it's getting a little bit smaller. There we go. And then sort of kicking off from this top bit here, let's do a few of these. And another. I think, am I going to get sort of 3? Do I want another? I'm going to leave it at 3, I think, with that. That's enough. And then from the top section here, sorry, the bottom section, I'm on about the top section. Line up. Doing another one. And I'm going to do another. Doesn't have to be 3, it depends on what space you've got there. So let's have a little look at this. And that's starting sort of point in our top corner there. It's quite nice like that. So let's have a look at this bottom one. Now, I've got one sort of spaced out here, so I think what I'm going to do is bring one up here and bring it from here, see, up and around, back in on itself. Just taking my time as I go round. There you go. And then oh, Jules, so we're going to have a bit of a Star Wars meet and greet then, are we? Baby Yoda. It. Okay. And then this side, you see, I'm not going to get as many of these because I don't want it to go off the tile. I'll leave it at that. See, I don't want to get another one in there. I'm going to leave it at that with that one. Like that. Okay. So let's have a look at these little gaps in between. And it's going to bring a sort of a leaf shape in here. So quite a wide curve. And another one this side. So you're taking it in there. And let's have another one here. Wide curve. And I think another one sort of here. This is sort of on its own in mid-flight, so it sort of needs something in that background there, I think, to help it out a bit. And whilst I've got those, I'll come to this side. Let's add a couple here too, so maybe we're going to go with one sort of in this space here. I want to sort of lose a little bit there. And one here. And one sort of coming out along there. Okay. So let's go a little bit closer. Okay. So I'm just going to bring in A little aura on the inside of those leaves. You see, starting at the point though, and working its way to the next point. And then down this one here. And you see, I'm going to put one down the middle there. Well then, I hope you feel better soon. You hang on in there, we're all thinking of you. You wonder if... And then into this one. So again, from the point. You see, just sort of working it down. There you go. And then the next one. You see? And then into this one. And get our way around. Okay, so we've got a couple of things going on there. Let's have a little look at that. Okay, so far so good. So one more sort of little tangle and then we'll have a look at this border. First thing I want to do then, let's have a look, is I'm going to sort of come out of this gap here. Just going to bring a little line out. And then I'm going to add on a little bit like a curve, come back on myself. Ah, the same again. And then the next one. And the next one. Okay, so we're all working from that same point. And then I'm going to put a little leafy shape with a line in there as well. So I'm going to do another. Just bring it from that same curve. Let's go a bit larger so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. And there's one. There's two. There's 3 and 4. And then a little point with a line. Let's see. I think just because Julie's watching, I'm going to bring in a little zinger there. There we go. That's for you, Julie. And then maybe this side, let's have a little bobble on the end there. See, maybe one there, a little curve, bobble on the end, fill it in. There you go. Let's have a look at what that's done then. Okay, so it's sort of moved quite a way down that border. I'm not going to go as far with this one. I'm just going to have a shorter stem maybe. There you go. Little shape there in the line. And you know, it'd be rude not to add another one, wouldn't it? Let's add one in there. A little bobble. Okay. So, same with this one here. I'm just going to again put a little one there, see? Just sort of sneaking in behind those areas. There we are. And again, we've got this space here, so we can bring one in here. There it is. With a little line. And there. It's going to do another one. Coming up here. So we've got those little bits. Little bits and a little point with a line. And then of course let's just bring in another little zinger there. And there we go. I think I've just had a stern look from the elf.
Well, you should bring your cup down. now, then I can make you one.
She's lost my cup. It's because it's here. Oh, you've got to love her. Okay, so I'm gonna draw in the border that I can see. So whether you want to bring a straight edge in again, or whether you want to do it sort of freehand sometimes a little bit better. You see that I'm actually not going to go into my zinger. 1 second. There we go. Just a little bobble there. See? Just so it looks like it's sort of finished off a bit. And I'm going to go over there. And John's in the biscuits. You hear him? Yeah. He can't sneak that one, can he? No, see, I've got this side to do as well. Oh no, he's got crisps. You know what that means? Get a little. Oh, I do apologise. There we go. Oh, so now he's got a bag of crisps. Sorry for that. I gave you that full sense of stability then, didn't I? And the fact that now you're going to just want a ginger nut biscuit for the rest of the day. I do apologise. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're in. Just this little bit here now. Bring that in. Okay, let's have a look at that. So far, so good. Oh, Chris, I know, but it's got to be gluten-free chocolate hobnobs, though. I think. No, I don't need that one because that's part of the flour. Let's just rub out those lines using Sam's rubber. There we go. Okay, like that. So, okay, what we're going to do with our frame then, we can split it up. I'm going to split it though straight in with a pen. If you feel that you want to do this in pencil, go ahead. It's entirely up to you. See, I'm not going all the way. I don't want to swirl that zinger there. Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome. Hi, guys.
Oh, Leslie has returned my cup full.
Full? I might add.
Yeah, she's not just giving me an empty cup. It has got a cup of tea in it. Although I would put it past her. You know what these elves can be like.
Cheeky.
All right. Oh, Jill, tile 11. That's pretty good going. That's almost book 1. You don't have to stay there, though. You can actually jump if you want. You can do any tiles you like. What about doing every, I don't know, go up in 10s or go up in 5s, depending on how you feel on the day. Entirely up to you. You don't have to stick with it. I'm going to do a bit of a curl. There, see? And then this side, I'm going to just thicken it a bit there. And then this side, I'm going to thicken it there. And then if I turn it round and do a curl this way, and I'm going to thicken it there, and thicken it there. You see? I've got that. So again, being that I've got the tile facing this way, I'm going to do that first, and then this way. And then this one. And same again. Imagine where that's going. And thicken them up. Again, you could do this in a different colour if you wanted to, or you could even use the grey fine liner. I'm not going to do that. I don't want it to be too busy there. And of course, this one here, I'm going to bring it in here. We can just sort of get those in, and then I'm going to imagine and start it about there. There you go. A dot on the end just so it looks finished, like we meant it. And of course, another one here, so that's not going to go in the way, it's going underneath those little bits there. And in there. So I've got a little bit under here, so if you feel that you need to, so you can come in and imagine, or actually put your pencil lines in, you see, and draw your little cross shapes. I'm not going to fuss, I think, under there, but this one needs a bit, and then you can come back in the pen, you know, where you need those little bits. So I'm not going to go too busy underneath those, yeah. And then this last little bit down here, so again, just sort of work that round. I'm going to have a line there, I think. And then this way. And then this one. Now you could have drawn all the crosses first and then go back and fill them in after. It really doesn't matter. Into that. And then here again, I'm just going to give it a gesture. So it looks a little bit like we're following it through, but I don't want it to be seriously busy, and same there. Okay. Could even come in with a few bubbles if we need to there, but I don't think it's necessary. Let's have a look at that. Okay. So I'm just going to rub out those little guides that we sort of did there. Now I see here we've got to do a little bit here, so let's imagine. I'm going to have one there. And again, if you need to use the pencil just to give you a little bit of a hint as to what's going on there. Just add a bit in there, so. And again, just a little hint. Not too much though. There we go. So I'm just going to thicken up this edge. And there. Just sort of work it round. Just underneath those bits there. That's it. And again, you see if we've got anything, so like here, let's just add a couple little bubbles in play. Just to take that little bit of background away. Let's do a few on this side as well. And then same thing here, so just a couple. Now of course this is perfect for a little sentiment in the middle. I've not got one in particular today to put in there, but that'd be quite nice if you want to add one of those in. So okay, what we're going to do in terms of colour and shading then, I think first thing I'm going to come in with my regular pencil. Oh, quick sip of tea being that Leslie made it me. And I'm going to add some to, quite going to get in there, both sides of that frame. And I'm not going to be too shy with this. You see, I'm not going over that little zinger there. Just a little bit of it there. Just work it round. There we go. Okay, a little bit here. Oh, bless me. A sneeze there. There we go. Okay. The first thing, I'm going to come in with my tortillon and I'm going to just soften that off a bit. Just get this bit done first. Just work it round, you see. I don't want to go all the way to the middle. And sort of give it a little bit of a highlight in there. Same sort of thing here. And round and about, so wherever we can sort of see this frame. There we go. Okay, a little bit there. And just a little bit here. There we go. So, looking at this piece, we could carry on with it being pencil, I think, just for now. I'm going to just bring in a little bit, just a little bit, not as heavy, on the inside of the frame. And I'm just going to come around all those little shapes there. Same around here, so don't press on too much, just want a little bit. sort of wander around with it. We just want a nice soft feel around the edge there. See? Just working it round. Just seeing where that goes. We just want it nice light pressure. Don't want to work too much. There we go. You see just how it works its way round. And a look. Okay, let's have a look at that. See, so far so good. That's looking good. I think being that we sort of looked at orange earlier, I'm going to bring my orange pastel in. Remember we brought orange tile in, didn't we, to draw around. There's rubber there. So I'm going to add a little bit of orange. I'm going to go in with these little shapes here. Let's go a little bit bigger. Let's add a little bit. Oh, look at that. How lovely that is. Very tropical. Leaving a little bit in the middle. So let's do the same with this one here. So top and bottom. And then same on this side. We've just got the one. Oh, I didn't put my bubbles in, did I? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's this little bit. So I'm going to bring in a bit of yellow. I'm going to have a little bit of colour on it today. Just bring that in there. Especially now it's getting a little bit cooler, we know. Oh, we're getting a little bit of the tropics coming in with a bit of colour. Warms us up a bit. Same back. It's really nice and bright, isn't it? Love that. So I'm just going to add a little touch just to these bubbles, the ones I've drawn anyway. There aren't any that side, but that's okay. I can add a little bit on there. And then think, what do you think? Red for the flowers? Let's keep it in with a bit of colour, just adding a little bit. And of course, if you didn't want to use colour, you would be doing this with your regular tortillon. And that would do the same thing as this, just be your monochrome, of course. So you don't need much, just a little bit. Just like you would with a regular pencil. And same up here. There we go. So it's kind of different putting colours on. And you're so used to using just a pencil to shade. So it's quite nice to have still a little set of pastels. It's a shocking pink one. It's the bright red. So a little, sorry, not the bright red, the bright pink, what am I on about? Oh, I'm sure it's one of those days. Lime green, a little bit of green in there. It's definitely pink. Do I have a red one here? I can look at the difference. I do. Here's the red. There you go, and there's the pink. So you can you can see it when you put the two together. There we are. And same down here. It's always good as well if you're using pastels to have a different tortillon for each colour. What? I've not got the luxury of that today. Now we have got these little flowers here, and I don't sort of want to overdo it with colour, although I've put every colour on almost. So I'm going to bring in my black, just add a little bit just in that bottom edge, same with my zingarlic. It'll fade once we use a tortillon with it, but I don't want to put too much. Same sort of down here. One there, sort of hiding away. And one there. There we go. All right, let's get a tortillon out and see what we can do with this. Okay, so I'm going to start with the lightest colour, which is my yellow, and sort of soften it out. You see, it just disappears a little bit, so it's not as bright. Oh, thank you. Where did I? Yes, there, I've got it. Got you. Hiding there. There you go. Okay. So, all my yellow, I'm just going to soften out a little bit. Now, if you've only got one tortillon, you can use a nail file. And you can just clean it off in between. It should be fine. But because I'm now going into orange, it doesn't matter so much. Because it sort of helps to blend it a little bit. Now don't blow on it yet. I know there's like quite a lot of bits, isn't there, when you use your chalks. And then I go into my red. And again, just touching it. See? Just like you would with your regular pencil. And the tortillon there. Just want to ease it off a little bit. And there. Just taking it steady. There we go. Just see, now I get the red out again. Because there's another flower. I bet this is the one that you were talking about. But I spotted the other. There you go. And just work that one in. Okay. No, don't yet, Viv. So you see here now I've got red on my tortillon and I've got green. I don't really want to be mixing those. So there's my nail file, look. So what I'm going to do is file the edge off. See? And then come in with the green. Again, just sort of soften it off a little bit. We're not trying to sort of drag it too far around. We just want a little bit of colour in the places where we've put it. There you go, see? Just little bits. Now, at this point, you can use your white chalk pencil or your white pastel. So I'm not going to do the black just yet. So I'm going to stick with the white pastel. Okay. And I'm just going to add my little highlight down through the centre where I can of that little border. Just makes a difference, doesn't it, that? And then where we've got our roses, look like roses, I think they do. Just going to add a little bit just on the outer edges there. Just a little highlight. There we go, same on these ones. There we go, see that? Not too much, just a little bit. There we go with that. And then I'm going to add a little, just a touch in the middles there. Just because that orange and pink's really close and the highlight doesn't really show up so much. So I can come back in, I'm just going to touch it. Is it just a little bit? Just so it's not really vivid, it's sort of working its way in. Same there. And then of course little bits there. Okay. Now last sort of thing really is these little black little bits. I'm just going to, let's go a bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. I'm just going to sort of pull it out a little bit into the shape. Same with my little finger, just sort of zigzaggy on the sides. Now, I don't want you to go too crazy with this. I'm not going to add any white or anything like that. I just want them to sort of have a bit of a presence. You see, it just moved it a bit, hasn't it? There we go. Just a little bit of a flick. And now the next one. Oh, hello everybody. It's nice to see people coming in and saying they find it relaxing. That's nice. You can always watch it back, you know, and mute me. You don't have to. Right, now you can blow. So any of those little bits and pieces now. And of course, to fix this, you could use a couple of things. You can use proper fixative if you want to. You can get a pastel fixative, very expensive though. But if you're up for it and you wanna get that, you could use hairspray, which smells nice, and of course you can actually then draw on pastel over the top of it, just like you can with fixative, but it doesn't hold it permanently. So you might find a little bit of movement with that. And I sometimes use the Crafter's Companion Spray and Shine, and that sort of completely fixes it forever, and it gives it a bit of a shine on the top. So yeah, a few things there. Okay, a little bit of a signature. That's that one. Now, in terms of a couple of things for this week, of course, Crafters tomorrow, I'm afraid there's a little bit of a mix-up with some paperwork. It's nobody's fault in a sense, so it might not be going ahead tomorrow. It might be delayed for a little bit. But anybody in America watching, and I'm not on, then if you want to actually email me at sandra@sanntangle.co.uk. If you had got an order you wanted to put in, I'll do you half price postage. So we can sort that out if that helps. And then of course Thursday we won't be in the office at all, so if you do put any orders in, Thursday, Friday, no orders will be going out. Friday we're looking at setting up in Kent at the showground, if you didn't already know. We're hoping to open our doors at 10:30, a little bit later than perhaps normal. It's because we have to set up on Friday morning, so we're just going to give you a chance, give us a chance to set up. So a 10:30 open, and then an 11 o'clock's the first workshop. On Friday afternoon at 1:30, we're still going to do the live tile as we normally do, so that'll be tile 280, which is quite a nice figure for the day. And then Saturday we'll be at Kent again. If you've not got tickets, you don't need them. It's a completely different event. It's free for anybody to come in. If you I've got a kit and you want to come along and have a go at a few of the bits and pieces, please bring your kit with you. If you've never done it and you want to give it a go, there'll be some bits and pieces there you can have a go and try, no problem. Anything new at Kent or Joanne? I think I'm going to be taking some different coloured tiles, some macro tiles with me, and we're going to see what we can do. It's as you can understand, it's quite short notice in a sense, so we'll do what we can. But other than that, hopefully everybody's hobby maker order is out. Leslie's working on shop orders, so that's all the news for now. So yeah, I think that's about it. So have a go at this one, and if I do see you at Kent, that'd be lovely. If I don't, we'll still be doing the live from there. So I'm hoping to get a couple of more sneaky sessions in as well. I think there's 5 workshops booked, about an hour and a half each. So nothing huge we're going to do, but it'd be nice to have a play. And if you can get involved and join in that'll be nice too. So all right then, I will see you all in some way, shape or form. Have fun with this one, and take care everybody. All right, bye.